Hey everybody, this is graphic designer Roberto Blake of robertoblake.com helping you create something awesome today. So today we're going to talk about how you create a business card, and in previous videos I've talked about why business cards are still very important for marketing and branding yourself, but today we're going to get in depth into how you actually design an effective business card. I will be doing an Adobe InDesign and an Adobe Illustrator tutorial on the actual making of business cards, but this is going to be more about the general idea and principle behind what a good business card is. In the case of my business cards, I did a two-sided design. Some people use one design on both sides of their business card. I decided to create more emphasis on the contact information on this side and keep the design very plain, versus on the other side, I was much more robust in terms of how much of my work I wanted to show, and I still have the contact information, but I put the context of what I have to offer as the priority, and that's what I do with these cards. You need to think about what the relationship you want to build is going to be with the person you're handing a business card to. In my case, I want people to contract my services as a graphic designer. So when I hand them a business card, that is usually what we're talking about and the context of the situation there. As a result, I like to hand them this side of the business card so they can see some of the work that I can create and the interesting design of my card, and on the back it's much easier for them to read the contact information. So that's why I designed my business card in that way. There are changes I'm probably going to make going forward to my business cards just because the nature of the type of relationships I'm building is shifting from a focus on just graphic design to overall brand development and marketing and consulting, with graphic design kind of being the entry into that relationship. So there's another direction that I'm going to have to take all of my visual branding, whether it be my business cards, my portfolio, all of that. If I want it to be consistent, I'm going to have to merely think about how I want to present myself going forward. And that's what you need to do when you're designing a business card. You need to think about how you're presenting yourself. There are times where you would go to an event or to a meeting in a suit. There are other times when you can be more casual or where it's more appropriate to represent your brand and wear your own merch. You need to think about what your business card is saying about you, what it's communicating about you and the value that you have to offer, and you really need to make that the focal point of how you're designing it. Understand that because you have a small surface area to work with on your business card, that the information you want to communicate is what you need to prioritize in terms of your contact information. Maybe it's your phone number, your website address, and your email address, but also what do you have to offer. Don't be tempted to put a long list of your services on a business card. They can find that information on your website, or they can get that information from the conversation that they're having with you. You don't need to overwhelm them with text on your business card. You need to keep it as simple and as straightforward and concise as you possibly can. There are a lot of different approaches and design styles for business card, and you can get fancy with it. There are also other sizes, like I showed you in the samples that I got from some various printers, but ultimately, business cards are there to not only convey information, that's their main thing. And a lot of people believe business cards are dead because you could swap those details on a smartphone, but handing someone a business card and the tangible nature of those business cards, the fact that you hand it to them, they hand you theirs if they have one, they say thank you when you hand them a business card. There's a value to that experience and to being able to give somebody a leave behind. So don't underestimate that in the age of digital. This still has a role to play. When getting your business cards done, you have to consider who you're going to choose in terms of a printer, but also what type of cardstock you want and how many you want to print at a time is really important. I usually don't like to do small orders that local print shops would be more comfortable with. Also, my design can be a little much for local printers, so that's why I use online printers primarily. If you want to support your local small businesses, I definitely respect and appreciate that. But understand that if you want to really get a lot of business out of your business cards, that in terms of ROI, return on investment, you need to print a large amount of business cards because you need to be giving away probably no less than 100 to 200 business cards a week. And if you're the type of person that goes to conventions on a regular basis, maybe 3 or 4 times a year, then you need to have a large order run of maybe 2,500 to 5,000 business cards. That's what I had done so that I could go and I could give away business cards to my heart's content and not worry about running out. So that is what I would definitely recommend there. So to recap, You have to think about the context of the relationship and what you're communicating with your business cards. Make sure you have a great design that focuses on that context and prioritizes the information you want them to pay attention to, that you get enough business cards to be able to hand out to get the level of business that you need to be successful. And you really just need to make sure that the business card accurately represents you and your brand in a way that it can stand in the gap for you not being there to explain it or to do salesmanship. Your business card needs to be able to do that on its own without you there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have questions, definitely leave those in the comment section below. I'll try and answer as many of them as I can. Also, make sure you're subscribed and staying tuned for when I do the InDesign and Adobe Illustrator tutorials showing you how to build a business card from scratch. I might do more than just one basic walkthrough tutorial. I might explore doing speed art or walkthrough tutorials on different types of business card designs overall, so make sure you're staying tuned to get that. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome content on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and don't forget, create something awesome today.